Cancer, hi. So this is going to be a reading for August 31st through September 6th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Cancer. The overall energy for the reading, the Fool. Super open energy, super nice. Like life, bring it on type of an energy. In the recent past, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups. You were having a hard time opening up there. The energy itself comes through as deceptive, almost like you don't have a hard time. What are you talking about? You just need to connect to your heart. And it's not that. It's what you've been telling yourself during that time. Like, I can't open up. I can't. That's the deceptive part. Because in all reality, yes, you can. No matter what you're experiencing, you can. It can be tough, yeah, but you still can connect to your heart if you want to. So, yeah, interesting. But ultimately, the conclusion is having a hard time opening up, either in general or to something in particular. But in the current situation, the Six of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, there's a soul connection here. And somehow you're pointing at it and you're saying, it helps me keep steady. It helps me keep balanced. It's almost inspiring to you. Whatever this is, it's either a friendship or a romantic situation, or I don't know, but it's a good one. It's a good one to have from what you're saying here. In the immediate future, the Judgment card, the Ace of Wands, the King of Pentacles. Oh, by the way, that could even be a kitten, a little fluff ball or of something. I don't know, but Judgment, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles in the immediate future. You're coming through as more and more inspired from a place in which I can't even fucking open up. I can't even feel anything, let alone what. You're coming from that to, okay, I feel a little bit better. I feel like, more clear, more like better. And then this whole inspiring, very creative aspect of you is just bursting to the surface. I don't know what it is that you're doing here. It could be a chance you're taking on something. It has to do maybe with your stability, but you're like, fuck it, why not try? So from a little tiny nothing of you connected to yourself to this whole, yeah, just fuck it, let's if we don't try, we won't know, right? So super nice evolution here on your end, in the connection to yourself here. Let's clarify. Let's do the Fool, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, there's doubts. There's fears. There's all sorts of things. So your energy is starting to open up more and more, basically. And your connection to your energy is starting to be there more and more. Now, because you're coming from a place in which you probably told yourself a lot of I can'ts, that means the mind held you a prisoner in there. So you weren't doing much. Or if you did it with a lot of fear and it all felt like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand, whatever, But because you're coming from the place of that entrapment in your mind that told you all the things that you can't do, and now you're aligning more and more with yourself and you're realizing all the things you can do, your energy is starting to expand. It's starting to open up more and more. Your mind is still applying some fears and doubts, and so even though you may feel like you're making progress in opening up, the mind is still going to try to pull on you and to be like, oh, come on, let's create some thoughts in there that will give you doubts and all sorts of things in there. So you're in a transitional phase here, from closed to open. Pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool as you're going through it, but the end result is pretty cool. For the Five of Swords, in the recent past, you get the Devil, the Hierophant, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, and I don't think this was you generally. I think some sort of situation got you in this place, like stuck in your mind and functioning from there. And it was not a healthy way to go. And somewhere within you, you knew that too. It was just a matter of reaching deep enough within you to pull yourself back up. Because it was just creating constant stress and constant worrying and constant fearing that who knows what's going to happen. It wasn't allowing you to do much, that state over there. You know, or whatever it is you were doing, you were driven by your own fears. Yeah, but what if it's not going to work out? But what if I fail? But what if I fuck up? But what if? Living a lot through the what ifs. For the 10 of Wands, you get the 9 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 7 of Wands. Yeah, that's all it takes. A little bit of, okay, I'm starting to piss myself off right here. I'm starting to, what the fuck is this? You know, what kind of life is this? What am I doing? What am I doing to myself? Because as I said, the real you is in there somewhere. It's just so shoved down by all of the what the mind puts up there for you that's heavy energy. So it's going to cover the real you, which is light, which is openness, which is love. So there was a little bit of struggle there between that state of mind that you got yourself stuck in and the new one that was trying to reemerge. So there was a little bit of a battle there. What the hell is wrong with me? What am I doing? Da, 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 da. And then exhausting yourself through that and being like, well, that's why I can't. Now I have nothing to go with. Queen of Cups in the recent past, you get the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords. Something inspired you though. And I can't tell if this is an external energy, if this is somebody outside of, kind of comes through almost as as an inspiration, but I don't know if it's a father figure type of a deal. Because you're looking a direction and you see someone doing something, anything, you know, despite life getting in the way sometimes. And it's like, they're still showing up and they're still, so something about that direction that you're looking at inspires you. And you almost instantly snap out of it. It's almost pissing you off. Like, how come they can't do it and I can't? Well, because you keep yourself in the I can't. So something shows up there that's very, like you snap right out of it. Even if it's for a split second, you realize that, oh, there's this version of me. You know, even if it goes away, because it's been so repressed by this other state of being. Let me do the 6 of Cups. In the current situation, you get the Knight of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, the Moon. Yeah, there's a soul connection here. There's definitely somebody that showed up along the way, and you know, either the connection to them inspired you, or maybe they're there and they believe in you, and you're like, why would they believe in me? I don't even believe in me, at least at that stage. But right now, things are starting to shape up into something nice, and I see you looking in the direction of the soul connection and recognizing that this has been a big help. This actually revealed a lot of stuff to me, and it kind of pulled me out of my shell there, you know? So you're kind of saying, I owe this connection a lot. I'm not sure if you're showing that I think you are, to some extent, showing it in the physical too. But maybe you're not saying it to them every day. I owe you, you know, I don't think it goes like that. But there's a deep sense of gratitude for this. For the Queen of Pentacles, in the current situation, you get the 7 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords, the Knight of Wands. You're looking way better. There's been a lot of work done on your end towards self-love. Like a lot of it, and it shows. Not only to you, and not only do you recognize it, but it shows. So you might get a lot of, you know, people outside of you recognizing it and being drawn to you and saying, hey, you know, I've known you for so long. Something happened. Something shifted for you. Something changed. For the Queen of Swords, you get the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Hangman. Man. You do owe a lot to this energy because it keeps you steady, it keeps you balanced, it keeps you good, but you're doing the work. This energy showed up. Somehow, something in the connection to this energy pulled you out of that place that you've unintentionally kept yourself a little bit stuck, a little bit of a prisoner there. And I get that you're shifting a lot towards this other energy and saying, hey, I owe them a lot. And look at when we're there side by side, like a lot of great things happen. You did it though. You know, I don't see, I'm still trying to look for that place in which you're recognizing that it was me. It was me. Yeah, help from them. Fuck yeah. Inspiration, all sorts of things. Fuck yeah. But who did the work? They didn't reach out and grab you from there. You did. You know? Did they see that you could do it? Did they believe in you? Which helped a lot? Yes. But I don't know who this is, but they show up like side by side and your energy is matched like no tomorrow. And in a very productive, growing type of a way. And I think this whole situation led you into that place of you, self-love, and putting yourself first. I still don't see that patting on your back from you being like, I did this, you know. Not yet. Maybe it'll come at some point. For the Judgment card in the immediate future, you get the Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the King of Wands. Okay, there are some changes coming up for a dynamic. Maybe it's this one that I'm looking at. Maybe it's another one. There are some changes that are happening. I don't know what kind of changes, but changes nonetheless. And your first instinctual response to these changes is no. But then I see you realizing that, yeah, you don't like the changes that are coming. I mean, none of us like changes, even if they're for the better, you know. So our first, I think everybody is, you know, belongs here in this group of, no, we don't want for things to change. That's the initial response. But then I kind of see you being like, okay, you know what? Let's just go with the flow. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Maybe this change is going to, yeah, it's uncomfortable to go through it, but maybe it's going to bring something better to the table. Who knows? For the Ace of Wands, in the immediate future, you get the Three of Swords, the Chariot, the Three of Wands. Yeah, it's definitely not pleasant. It's almost forcing you to make some decisions that feel good in the moment at least, but they're hard decisions, hard choices, but you're still making them. And then it's the kind of choices that you need to give some time to see how they're going to play out. And I see you doing that. I see you doing all of that, you know, recognizing, oh yeah, this is a tough bitch of a choice, but you know, and then just kind of waiting and seeing. For the King of Pentacles in the immediate future, you get the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. As far as really close to home, there seems to be a connection that you're part of that has a little bit of a question mark over it. Like you don't know maybe where things stand or maybe where things are heading in this. And I do get the sense that this is maybe family. There's a little bit of, I don't know. But keep in mind that you've come back into a place of balance with yourself, which is fucking amazing. You may owe it to someone, whatever you say there, but to you too. And then you're coming in a lot of changes, which again, initially, it's not going to feel necessarily great for 5 minutes, but then I see you just going with the flow. And things are shifting a lot in the immediate future. Close to home, even. So they may have to do with your stability, these things. But I see you have the energy to take all of that on. So it's not problematic that things are there. They should shift. They should move energies. And they are. And you're keeping up with that. And just so you know, it's not because for right now in the current situation, energies are moving, sure, but in the physical, there's a sense of almost just standing in place with everything and just being grateful for it all. Whereas in the immediate future, things are going to start to move places. And you seem to be ready for it, though. You know? So, pretty cool. But from the universe for you, as a final advice, you get the Two of Pentacles, the Moon, the Nine of Pentacles. You know what the question mark is? Or why it's there over this connection that I see close to home for you? Come on, Victor. It's because energetically speaking, you don't, at least as of right now, you don't feel connected to whatever this is. So you kind of lost that, whatever that was that kept you connected there to whatever. Either you or somebody else. What are you doing, baby girl? You don't have room here. You'll make room. Okay. So yeah, maybe that's part of that question mark there. But that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.